Ravine is a 3 to 6 player cooperative survival game that I personally really love. But it's not perfect. But first, let's talk about the good things. First of all, Ravine is super simple. The whole game basically just consists of spending your heart tokens in order to draw forge cards, which can allow you to craft items or heal. A lot of them are healing items, but sometimes you do get a couple of other weird stuff in there that can be positive or negative. But for the most part, they're going to be useful crafting items or healing items. And you use those to prepare for the night cards, which are bad events, usually bad events, that damage you or your crew if you're not properly prepared. And then once you survive a certain number of nights, then you can draw the rescue card, which will be towards the bottom of the night card deck. And then you win, as long as there's at least one surviving player. And anyone can pick it up just by playing. If someone has never played a board game in their entire life, you can sit them down and just start playing, and they're going to go, oh, I know exactly how to play this, and they're going to pick it up after like one turn. Super simple, and I love that about the game. And I also really like how the artwork reflects that. I love the artwork in this game. It's simple, it's cute, and I love it. But in my opinion, the best part about this game are the Madness cards. The Madness cards are whenever you drop down to 1 HP, you have to draw a Madness card, which basically is some sort of negative effect. Either that means stand up and do something embarrassing, or play a little mini game and whoever loses a heart, or maybe some sort of hindrance to the way that you communicate with the team. Super wide range of stuff, and I think all of them are hilarious and goofy, and I'm all for that. And I think it just adds, I think that's the little touch that makes it from an alright game into something that's really fun. You really never know what you're going to get. And really all the types of cards, from the night card to the forge cards to the Madness cards, have a really wide range of what you can find, which I really appreciate. But the two major downsides that I think this game have are, number one, it does get a little bit less interesting the more you play, because once you've played about 10 games or so, you have a really good idea of what all the cards are in each deck. And then it does lose a little bit of that excitement of getting a new card, and instead of it being, oh, this could be literally anything, I have no idea, to being, oh, it's this card, I already knew that was in the deck. And it takes a little bit of the excitement out of it. With that said, it's still fun after, those 10 games where you're learning what the cards are, particularly if you are playing with new people, because it is fun to experience them experiencing those cards for the first time. But it does get a little bit less interesting. And then my other main complaint with the game is that it is really reliant on RNG. Like, you could be the best player in the whole world and then just draw 5 rocks in a row, and you can't craft anything with just rocks, and you just spent 5 hearts, which is almost all your HP, drawing a useless item unless you get something else. And then you just draw like an unblockable night card that does 2 damage to everyone, and then you're dead. Right, so there are a lot of games that you have where there's just almost nothing you can do and you're going to lose. And then there are some games that you're going to play where you just keep drawing really good healing items, and then you're just set for the whole game. And it takes like almost no skill. So I do wish that there were maybe just like 1 or 2 more crafting recipes, just to give the players a little bit more agency in terms of what they choose to do with their crafting cards, because there's only like 4 crafting recipes, which is not a lot, and choosing what to craft is what most of the decisions of the game come from and what they revolve around. So I do wish that there were a few more crafting recipes and there was a little bit more agency from the players. But with that said, I do think it's a lot of fun, especially if you're playing with a bunch of new people. I think it's a great way to get to know them and have a good time with them. And it's also a great board game to try and get people into playing more board games, because they're going to pick this up super quickly and they're going to love it. And then they're going to want to come back and play more board games with you. So I definitely recommend checking this one out. Overall, I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. Real solid, not perfect though, and I definitely recommend it.